we talk about this story coming in from college football, it's always been the rule that you never break. You cannot bet on your own team.
Yeah.
If you're a player, they give this advice to every single football player, basketball player. Never do it. We had a point shaving scandal in college basketball here.
Yeah, we did.
In the Valley.
Not too long ago.
Yes. And so to go down that road, Josh, is that what's going to happen here? Can a school like Texas Tech, their quarterback, his name is Brendan Sorsby, they said, look, we went to bat for him, even though he did bet on not this team, but when he was with another team.
The Indiana Hoosiers.
There you go.
Yeah.
Are we really going to go down this road where a school can go in there, or a student can say, look, I know I broke the rules. It seems almost illegal, but let me play, and a court's going to say you can play?
Well, certainly a judge can make that ruling, but I think that it would be contrary to precedent. Precedent are other cases that are similar in nature that can inform the court about what to do in a case. Now, what it really is going to come down to is, what's the agreement with the NCAA and college football teams? Mm-hmm. And right now, it's actually unclear. It used to be that, players couldn't make any money because corporations were using their likeness and making money off the players, like in video games or commercials or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, that's changed, and players can now get paid. And we're in uncharted territory with the NCAA right now, and nobody kind of knows exactly what rules the NCAA has and what authority they have anymore. And so what I expect will be the major conferences will develop their own rules and regulations, basically their own constitution, saying that this is how college football is going to be going forward. Because right now we're in uncharted territory. Now, there have been other scandals involving gambling and players in the past, where once it was found, they were expelled and not permitted to play. But the rules of the game have changed so much since those players were expelled and not permitted to play that nobody knows exactly how this court is going to rule.
Yeah, it's like the Wild West.
And what's interesting, too, I was reading a little bit more and digging a little. It says the NCAA banned him, but a Texas judge, as you mentioned, Ron, issued an injunction allowing him to play after a brief 2-game suspension. And he made $90,000 with some of these sports wagers, as you mentioned with the prior team, Ron. When you mention some of these, like let's say the Pac-12 making its own constitution, the SEC making their own constitution, it makes you think the NCAA, which has been so powerful, just like the NFL. What's the use? Like, why do they need them anymore?
They don't, and you'll see that major networks will be involved in this negotiation process for the rules, including ESPN, NBC, CBS, Fox, because there's so much money involved now that they want to make sure that they're paid. And the SEC and ESPN, for example, are so intertwined now that the SEC can't make a decision without first contacting ESPN and making sure that it's okay. So you're going to have major networks that are involved in the news in this process, and also what you may find is that you'll have 2 or 3 major conferences that actually form together, that meld and mold together.
Interesting.
And so, like, the Big Ten can merge with the Pac-12, maybe even the
SEC.
The SEC will merge maybe with the ACC, and so you may have 2 or 3 major conferences. And the idea that's being thrown around is that this may turn out to be like professional soccer.
Can you hang with us for a quick minute?
Oh, sure.
We have a quick break.
Yeah, we want to ask you about the Palisades fire. That trial's going, right? Already getting started?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, very interesting case.
But we have to wait, Celeste, for the answer.
2 minutes. We'll be right back.
Hang on, Josh.